In this video, I will explain you how you can use browser object in WebdriverIO. So with the help of browser object, you can get very important information about your automation. For example, you can get current URL, you can get the title of the currently open web page, you can get the page source as well. With the help of browser object, you can also navigate to specific URL. For example, you want to go to google.com, then you can use this navigate to or URL methods. Then you can also find out the current session ID. So whenever you execute the tests, a session is created, and then if you want to find what is the session ID for the current session, you can use this property. Then requested capabilities will return the object which will give this information like what capabilities were passed when the session was invoked. You can also get the configuration variables related to the WebdriverIO using this syntax browser.config, and then you have to give the syntax like what is the variable name. And then you can also find out like if you are running the tests on mobile, iOS or Android using these properties. For example, browser.isMobile will return false if you are executing the tests on desktop browsers. So let us go to Visual Studio Code, and then I'll show you the example how to use this. So here in the Visual Studio Code, we have got this simple test, and in this one we are using this URL method of this browser object. With the URL method, you can navigate to particular website. Now there is another way to navigate, that is this method is also there. So what's the difference between URL and navigate to? So main difference between these two is that with the URL you can also give the path like this. So when you give the path like this, what happens is WebdriverIO will navigate to the base URL that is given in the configuration. So WebDriver configuration, this is the file where the WebdriverIO finds the configuration, and here you can see there is a base URL. So base URL generally needs to be in this format. Your top domain has to be passed here. So what happens is when you give the URL path like that, which starts with slash, then that base URL will be used, and then this path will be appended. But if you want to use this navigate to, you have to give the full path. Base URL is not used in that case. I hope this helps you understand the difference between URL and navigate to. Let us comment this one. Now once you navigate, let us say you want to find out the title, then what you can do is you can find out the title using this syntax browser.getTitle. Okay, this will print the title of the currently open web page. Okay, next thing that you want to do is, let us say you want to find the page source, that is all the HTML code that is being the page HTML source of the page that is being displayed in the browser. So if you want to print that one, you can use this syntax browser.getPageSource. That is the method that you want to use. If you want to find out the current URL, then you can use this syntax browser.getURL. Okay. Then earlier I told you how to use the get the current session, browser.session ID, and then that will print the session ID for the current session. Then we have got the requested capabilities property. What requested capabilities dot and you can also specify which property you want. If you do not specify any property, all the properties will be returned, like all the capabilities, requested capabilities will be printed. And finally, you can also find out if you are running on the Android or iOS using this syntax browser.is, suppose Android. So since we are running the tests on desktop browsers, this will return false. So let us execute this code and then see what happens. So but before that, since I want to execute the test in this file, I want to give it in the configuration file, the path of that one. So this is how you specify the test file specs. That file is in the test directory, so just put the browser.tst, sorry, .ts. TS stands for TypeScript. We have already configured this project for the TypeScript, so I'm using the TS files because it provides the type safety and also the compilation features. Basically, that it acts as the transcompiler. So to execute this, command, npx wdio and then configuration file. So this is the configuration file, and I'm going to hit enter. So in that test, all we are doing is printing the information. So after the test execution is finished, I will show you in the log all the information that is printed. So you can see the information that is being printed here. First of all, we printed the title. This is the title, and then we have printed the page source. You can see here, this is our page source, and down there you will find other details. So this is the image data, that's why this information is printed like that here. So you can see here, this is the URL, this is the session ID, then requested capabilities, browser name is Chrome, and is Android is false. Earlier there was a lot of data that was being logged. That is because in the page source there are a lot of images, and then that image data is being printed. But this is the output, and then you can do the verifications, do the assertions to check that data is matching. Thanks for watching this video.